some more bright news out there. At least,
Great.
journalists always, right? Like if it bleeds, it sells. Anyhow, home prices posted big declines. Median U.S. home sale price fell over 4% year over year in April. Austin and Boise prices are $80,000 less than a year ago. And this is really this story is really focused on kind of pandemic boom towns, the coastal markets. Um, but wanted to kind of talk to that a little bit because I think as much as these news stories are kind of alarmist, prices got pretty high, especially in some of the markets that we're talking about. So far, what we're talking about it's not 2008. So far, what we're talking about is really kind of a bit of a pullback um, to some pretty crazy levels.
For sure. I can tell you specifically in the surrounding area in Florida that I'm at. I watch it. I've got a property management company where we review rental rates, we review property prices, et cetera. And I don't think there was any other option but for prices to come down, commensurate with the financing rates that are out there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's really the big point here is your mortgage rates go up, you can buy less house. All right. I mean, so
Oh,
yeah,
God, that's the perfect example. I'm laughing because my real estate agent over there is he's the one out there telling me to come full time to Florida because right now I'm only part time, like 7, 8 months. And I've been telling him find me a house. But now you might actually be able to.
Well, it's just a matter of whether or not your significant other is gonna love it. You know,
Well, I heard there's no, I'm not gonna finish that. Um
that's
I
probably a
heard
good idea.
there's probably great areas to move into Florida that families will thrive into. But to your point, Steve, the you know about a house and how much less you can afford. Um, I can tell you that the house next door to a property I own sold for half of the price of the house that I own, and their mortgage payment is 10% higher than the mortgage payment that I have. So there is going to be, and there is a movement in the prices, and it is pretty dramatic and it's pretty serious what's going on. So I don't know that we've seen the worst of it, but I think that, like you said, it will be more isolated to the boom towns as opposed to, markets that have fundamentals that didn't see a crazy run up for no reason.
yeah,
You
and I
know,
think
it's
like yeah, go on, Jeff.
I was gonna say, it's actually interesting to kind of that point. It made me think about something. Theoretically, we've discussed time and time again the prospect of a $500,000 mortgage at 3% compared to a $300,000 mortgage at 6%. What that cost is, and theoretically, at that time point, it gave validation for renters, landlords to rent at a higher rate because people were able to buy it at higher amounts, blah blah blah. But since that time, and those prices have been drawing down in terms of the sales prices or list prices, nothing has happened to the actual rental rate prices. In this area alone, you can still barely find anything under $2,000 a month. Mostly everything is, for a house, even a 2 bedroom, 1 bath apartment, is $2,500 to $3,000. And theoretically, if you're at that same price, at 500 at 3%, or 300 at 6%, you're still roughly the same monthly cost. So I don't think it's done much to the landlord's mentality, other than we're going to stick with where we are and you know
Well,
come
tell
rent
that to
from us.
Blackstone.
What's that?
Tell that to Kettler. Tell that to Blackstone. Tell it to some of the big boys who, those Class A properties. They're even if the rates haven't come down, the velocity has declined a bunch.